Hello everybody, this is Risk and LMA, also known as David. So this is story time with Dave. I did one of these before, but it wasn't like part of a series. This one is actually gonna be like a series. Um, so if you guys know who Xdrag is, maybe you don't, maybe you do, but he's a guy that makes YouTube videos, and I watch his videos sometimes. And he did this thing called Storytime with Drag, and he gave me permission to use the name Storytime with Dave, by the way. But so he pretty much had like a whole big long like story, like multiple videos long story about girls, like his girl problems and his girl situation, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do that because I know some of you want some more Modern Warfare 3 videos, and I didn't know what to do for commentary, so I've just decided to do this for Modern Warfare 3. And sorry about my voice, I kind of lost it last night. I was doing a lot of like yelling and partying. So yeah. So starting off, pretty much this year I've had like four girlfriends, I guess you could say. They weren't really girlfriends because, well, you'll find out why. But so the first girl, I'm not gonna mention any last names or what they look like or anything. In the off chance that someone that knows them or is them happens to be one of them watches one of these videos, I want to make sure that no one else knows who they are. So the first girl, I'm gonna say their first name though. So the first girl, her name is Ira, and it's spelled IRA. By the way, it's not like an ear. Um, so she wasn't really my girlfriend, but we went on a date, and it was like a movie date, and we kissed a little bit, and the date went really well. And the day afterwards, she was like really pissed off at me, and I didn't know why. And she's like, well, and she didn't say anything to me. So I'm like, okay, maybe she just doesn't want to talk. Like, I don't know. Nothing went wrong last night. Like, I don't know what's up with her. And she's like texted me like later in the day, and she's like, well, judging by how things are looking, I think we're done. And I'm like, no, no, what are you talking about? She's like, well, you didn't text me back last night. And I'm like, oh, well, I fell asleep last night. Because really I did. I fell asleep after I got home from the movies. So she's like, oh my gosh, you did? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Well, let's just forget about this. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, good. And the next day, she was all pissed off at me again. And I asked her why, and she said, none of your business. And I'm like, none of my business. All right, whatever. Like, this is stupid. I'm not going to waste my time on this girl anymore. So I'm like, okay, whatever. We're done. It was a nice date, but you're just too, like, up and down for me. She's like, well, fine then, whatever. And to this day, that was like a couple months ago. To this day, she still hates me, and I haven't said anything mean to her ever. I've even tried to be nice to her. She just, like, she was one of my good friends before that, and now she just hates me. Well, she wasn't a good friend, but she was kind of my friend. Like, I talked to her. I talked to her in study hall. Um, so yeah. Anyway, I mean that was weird. And then her other friend, I ended up going out with her, but I didn't really know her. So we went out for like, I guess you could say we went out for like 3 days. And then we had a mutual breakup because we decided that we didn't know each other like at all. I mean, I know you go out with people to get to know them, but you have to know someone a certain amount before you go out with them. Otherwise, it's just going to be really awkward if there's someone that you've talked to like once, maybe 0 times before in your life. Like, just because a girl is hot doesn't mean that you want to go out with her. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we broke up, and I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. And then I went out with her friend. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the second girl, her name was Naya, and now I'm going out with a third girl, and her name is Wana. Yeah, I know all these girls have really weird names, but so I go out with this third girl, right? And the first girl, I went out with her, and the second girl, this was like 4 months later, and the third girl was like 2 days after I broke up with the second girl. So I don't know if that's confusing, but anyway, so they're all friends, okay? And the first one hates me. The second one, we're still friends, but we don't really know each other. And now I'm going out with this third one named Wana, right? So we're going out for 3, 4 days, and I've always been nice to her. I complimented her, not like overprotective or not like complimenting her every second, but I was never mean to her. I never said anything mean to her. I showed her that I was like a faithful guy, that I was nice. Like, she really liked me, and I really liked her, right? It seemed like it was going to last a while. And then I get a text from her when I'm at lunch, and it's like Or no, not when I didn't get a text. I mean, I'm sitting at my lunch table with my friends, and some girl that I don't know comes up to my lunch table. She's like, "Really?" I'm like, who are you? She's like, "Really? Really? Are you really fucking over my best friend? Really? Yeah, are you really fucking over Juana?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know what you mean by fucking her over. I haven't had sex with her, if that's what you're asking." She's like, "No, no, I mean, I do like playing with her, really? Like, you don't really like her?" I'm like, actually, I do really like her. Like, this was, like, right after a weekend, right? So I guess these girls were, like, talking over the weekend or something, but I thought I was going to be coming back to my girlfriend just like she was on Friday, and apparently she's over at a lunch table crying, and her friends are all yelling at me, and this random girl came over to my table, and she's cussing me out in front of all my friends, and I'm like, all right, what is this? And she's like, well, whatever, and then she goes back to her lunch table, like across the lunchroom where my girlfriend was sitting, because I was sitting with my friends, and I didn't even know she was in my lunch, and apparently she was over there crying, so I'm like, by this point my mind is just blown. Like, I just do not know what's going on, and I get a text message. It's like, "David, are you playing with me?" I'm like, "What? Who's this?" Because I didn't know. Juana didn't have a phone, and apparently she was texting me on her friend's phone. She's like, "David, this is Juana. Are you playing with me? Quit the bullshit." I'm like, no, I'm not." I'm like, what has changed over the weekend, kind of thing. And she's like, "I heard that you were cheating on me." I'm like, what? Because to be completely honest, I was not cheating on her at all. Like, everything was perfectly fine on Friday, and then over the weekend, like, she assumes that I'm cheating on her and I'm playing with her or whatever. So she thinks that I'm cheating on her, and I tried explaining to her that I wasn't. And she just kept going on and on and on about how she's like, "Well, if you're not cheating on me, how come all like 8 people at my lunch table are telling me it's true and that you're just a player and you just play with girls? Like, you've gone out with like 2 other girls this year." I'm like, "Yeah, I have gone out with 2 other girls this year." And she's like, "Yeah, and you just went out with like my best friend Niall like 2 days ago, and now you're already moving on to me." I'm like, "Yeah, but you already knew that." Like, I mean, she's already known all this. Like, I don't. It was so out of the blue, and so yeah, I was just like kind of like, what the heck by this point. And I'm like, "No, I'm not playing with you. Like, I really like you. That's would be the reason why I asked you out, kind of thing." So anyway, and then she apparently said that it was over and that she was breaking up with me. And yeah, it was just really messed up. I've got a lot more to this story, but I will tell you guys in the next episode. So yeah, thank you all for watching. This game, I did not go positive. I think I was like 18 and 19, but I actually did pretty good for using a silenced M60 and the SMA. So yeah, thank you all for watching. All right, bye.